Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 19th of September. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
I can't believe I've just said that, the 19th of September.
Yeah.
What happened to September?
Just running away.
In a heartbeat, September's over. October, November,
Yep.
half of December really.
Yep.
And then you're going to be on the beach in your little G-string, Gary,
Oh, yeah.
oiling your
that
body
tan
up.
Oh, yeah.
Summer holidays,
Talking about
summer vacation.
Talking about oiling body. I've been watching Arnold.
Speaking of oiled bodies.
Yeah, the Netflix series Arnold. If anyone's seen that.
Yep.
Very interesting story, Phil.
Yes.
Really incredible person, interesting story. Just so I throw that in, not that anyone really cares or tunes
You know what,
in for
I
this.
haven't watched it, but you
Yep.
were talking about it in the sales
Yep.
meeting, and I will watch it.
Oh, you have to,
But what an extraordinary life that man's had.
Wait till you see
has
the
gone
series.
from Austria,
Yeah.
you know, not a country that we're a great fan of,
No,
but
don't be like that, Philip. My family's from Austria.
I understand that, Gary, but
don't offend Austrians.
left rather unceremoniously.
Maybe so.
But you know, imagine going from a boy in Austria
Yep.
to America,
Yes.
and becoming the governor of California.
Well, he always wanted, from a young age, he decided, I want to go to America. And that's where he went.
Yeah, but there's one thing. I mean, a lot of people want to go to America,
Yeah.
and a lot of people did go to America.
Yeah.
In fact, they've got one. They used to. I don't know whether it's still contemporary, but they used to have one of the best immigration policies in the world.
They did.
But imagine. I mean, when you're growing up in Austria as a young
Country.
Austrian, you don't go, I might just move to America and
Yes.
become the governor of the most populous state.
Yep.
And I think California is their largest economy.
May well be. Anyway,
So
a young boy
extraordinary.
from Hale, I think it was called, in Austria. And
Yes.
he had a wunderbar time in his life, an incredible story. Anyway, we've got off track a little bit, Phil. I want to ask you a big question I've thought about,
This
And
an Austrian schnitzel base.
This is not an Austrian schnitzel base. This is nothing to do with yodeling or wearing lederhosen, although I think I might have been in the odd lederhosen when I was a little boy. I can't remember now. Don't want that image to come back again, Phil. That would people would lose sleep over that.
Scare the
That would
viewers.
scare the viewers big time. But Phil, I've got to say that big question on my mind is
Yes.
virtual staging.
Yes.
Brilliant or BS?
Oh,
What is
no,
it?
I think there is an absolute place for it, Gary. And the virtual staging is becoming better and better. A practiced eye, a trained eye will pick it immediately.
Yep.
But the question would be, if you have the choice between no staging and virtual staging, would you virtually stage? And I think the answer to that is yes, because photos online with no furniture, properties online with no furniture, vacant houses, vacant apartments don't look great. But if you have the choice between staging with real furniture, then you'd go that way every time. So my answer, in a long roundabout way, is I'm a fan.
So here's an interesting story because I've now about sell a property, Philip.
Yes, you
And
are,
it was
Gary.
with
That's what we do. No big revelation there.
And it was with another agent, and
Yes.
they virtually staged it because it was
Yes.
rented.
Yes.
And I think that when people walked in and they saw the virtual staged furniture, they thought,
Yes.
this is great. And then they walked in, it was like, it's sort of like you when you wake up in the morning. I just see you when you wake up in the morning, and then you see you like prepared for the auction when you've got all your makeup on and you've done everything. Like you'd say, like you wake up in the morning.
Makeup for men is now a real thing.
Well, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that to see you in the morning
Yes.
as who you are, and then to see you as an auction, they'd be two very different people. One would be like, wow, look at this guy, he's impressive. But then if you just walked actually in the hallway and you were straight out of bed, I think you get a bit of shock.
The answer the answer I have for you, firstly, is you've never woken up beside me in the morning, so you would
That's
not
not true.
know.
I have.
You would
Not in the same
know.
bed. It wasn't,
Actually, we did used to share hotel
we
rooms
shared
until
hotel
you
rooms.
started snoring, and then I used to throw pillows at your head, and you
Didn't
couldn't
matter.
you couldn't handle it anymore.
Didn't really wake me. Yeah.
So you haven't seen me, and on top of it,
Yeah.
for all you know, I probably bound out of bed looking like this, Gary. But secondly, I was in Calabar. So Calabar's is a menswear shop that I regularly shop from.
Yep.
And I went in there on Friday, and I was served by a lovely young man, presuming that he identifies that way, and he had a full face of makeup.
Okay.
And as the old-fashioned bloke that I am, I was somewhat intrigued because it kind of had me slightly discombobulated, Gary.
Discombobulator. There you go. First time that's ever been used in
So
580
you don't
episodes.
see a lot of men wearing makeup.
No.
But when you do, you kind of look at it and you go,
Did it inspire
yes
you?
or no?
Did it excite you?
Oh, there were elements of
good.
there were elements
Fair enough.
of
I
the
don't
way
mind.
he was made up.
I'm not judging. I'm just curious. I'm just curious, Phil. That's all it is. I live my life curiously, and it's been served me well.
Yep. Curiosity is a really important.
Anyway,
attribute.
curiosity, gratitude, and acceptance, Phil.
Yes.
They're all good, wonderful traits. But going back to the styling, I just think that if you virtually style a property,
we did,
and you actually go and see it, and it's rented, and it doesn't look as good, or even if the owners live, it doesn't. I think can be very.
Having said that, though, Gary,
Yeah.
the marketer in me
Yeah.
would say I would rather have people online have a better experience, come in the door and not have as great an experience than not come in the door. So
I would rather just save it and get it looking good and not even bother.
If the choice is between virtual staging and doing it correctly, you'll take doing it correctly every time.
Of course you will.
But this is an open-minded discussion, Gary, about the pros and cons.
No, I'm close about it. I don't agree with you. It's not open-minded at all. I've got my view.
Yeah, correct. You're not open-minded.
No, I'm not.
So you're neither curious or open-minded.
No, I am curious, but then I make a decision and then I'm
so you're curious in a closed-minded way.
That could be right. That could be right. Let's talk a little bit about
the curious and closed-minded edition.
That's exactly right, Phil. Let's just talk about the football, shall we?
No, we shall not.
Because I've got a problem speaking. Because I've got to tell you that was the most exhilarating. I mean, I feel for you as a demon. I do.
Yep.
And you probably have a better chance of going further than we would now, because I reckon that Brisbane's going to smash us.
Well, we can't go further because you've gone further.
But if you would have got through, I reckon you might have been somewhat of a greater chance.
We would definitely have beaten Brisbane.
No
question.
You may have.
Definitely would.
No one beats Brisbane.
So if you don't beat Brisbane, you've kind of screwed up the ladder, because we could have beaten Brisbane.
Well, maybe it could have had a better chance than us. I don't know that, Philip, but because we've been winning games, and it's the second time we've beaten Melbourne in not such a long time, within the month or so. But I've got to say, I've got no voice left. We're overcome with emotion. It was the most exciting thing I've ever experienced in the world of football in my entire life. So I have to say that it was lovely to be there with my gorgeous and lovely daughter, who is a Carlton faithful, and she turned around to me through tears.
Through tears?
I won't
she
say
was crying.
I won't say if they were hers or mine. But said to me, "Dad, you don't understand. I'm barracked for Carlton. She's 23. I'm barracked for Carlton my whole life, and I've never seen anything like this."
Yes,
ever.
well, unfortunately, that's an experience that most Melbourne supporters, regardless of their age, can actually say. But having said that,
you could have said that well into your 50s.
As tragic as the result was and is,
for us or for you?
No, for Melbourne.
Oh, just checking.
For Melbourne, a couple of things I would say. There is nothing more obnoxious than the Carlton Army when they're roaring and marching. Like most people around Australia would rather see Collingwood win than Carlton win.
No, that's not true. I think Collingwood's much more.
I think I've come to the conclusion that Carlton is a more hated club
when we're winning.
than when you're winning.
Yeah, when we're down,
we don't mind Carlton when they're losing.
No,
but when they're winning, the most tedious.
Well, I must say, my daughter did make that observation. She said, Dad, when the opposition kicked the post, all the Carlton people roared and cheered. She goes, "That's not very good, is it?" I said, "You'll learn."
They're horrible. 96,000 people at the G. What an extravaganza.
Crazy.
And if you were the AFL, you'd be going, this is what we want. We want a final decided with one kick. I mean, there's no question. As a football observer, you've got to love that whole game.
And I know you haven't had this, but last few days, we've had people just sending on the loop, on the Carlton loops. There was someone that sent 7 different recordings of that last 2 minutes from all the different people that covered the game. It was the most exciting. Even Robbie Williams has been singing.
I saw
that. Did you see that? Robbie Williams has been singing, De Koning's in the air everywhere I look around. And look, it's been a very special time for the Blue Boys, I've got to say. And I'm sorry, I am one of those skiting, arrogant Carlton supporters that are up and about. And you're going to have a hell of a week with me, but maybe after next weekend I'll settle down a little bit. Should we talk about property and real estate? Because I think some people do want to know what's happening in the world of real estate.
Yep. So there's a lot been written about real estate over the last week, Gary. Financial Review.
Was it in the Sporting Globe?
Financial Review came out yesterday saying that a lot more stock coming to the market right across the capital cities.
Yes.
And perhaps they're detecting a slight softening in the market because of the volume. My answer to this is really simple. There is no question a market is always going through rhythms and waves, and it very much is determined by the level of stock, we are going to see over the next 6 weeks a lot more stock than we'd seen in the previous 3 months. So you will see a little softening around the edges. I think that there is the clear evidence and the clear signs is this market is returning to a healthy market.
Yep.
But ultimately, as more stock does come into the system, you're going to see the clearance rate probably drop a little bit, like you did last weekend, where the industry sold 65%. Having said that, again, I want to make the point that 65% is, and particularly from large volumes, that is the sign, the benchmark of a market in sync, in rhythm, in equilibrium.
Well, Phil, those people that have been watching GPTV would know right through winter, we said a number of times, is scarcity, in fact, I think it was even a heading on GPTV, is scarcity the vendor's best friend?
Yes.
And I think the scarcity of listings did make it a little bit more potent and strong, particularly for standout listings that were really popular. But, you know, if you're a vendor watching the show, you might just think, well, you know, maybe I'll wait, or I'll go off the market and I'll wait till February, March. And I've got to say, Phil, that my answer to that is that the figures that will be set now will probably be the precedents that will go through early next year. So I don't think waiting is going to be a solution.
Well, when's waiting ever been a solution,
true,
Gary?
yep.
You know what? We're 70, right? That's the old biblical, that's how many years you had. 70. Now, of course, we're into our 80s and our 90s.
I'm not in my 80s.
But 70, why would you wait for anything?
Yeah,
right?
well, there's some young people.
Get on with your life.
I don't
Get
know
on
if
with
it-
your life. Trade up, trade down, move sideways. Just move.
Yeah.
Constant movement. You know, when you stand still and time just ticks away, Gary, time waits for no, I was going to say time
Man.
waits for no man, but you can't say that anymore. No,
Man,
time,
woman,
time waits for
identifying
no
as
person.
Can you say person?
I think you still
Or
can.
what about if a person identifies not being a person? Could be person or person doesn't identify.
Yes, we've addressed this on GPTV before, and we'll
as
leave it alone.
Arnold Schwarzenegger says,
Yes.
he just keeps moving. He goes, well, people
Yep.
were worried, or they're upset, or they were victims. Or
That was my
he
segue.
just said, I just keep moving and moving. And anyway, my German accent's become a little bit Indian, I think, but that's okay too. Phil, let's just move on with what's going on in the world of real estate, because there is a lot going on.
Yep.
And I think, again, for those vendors that are wondering whether now's the best time or not, I think the fact is there is a lot of movement, and that makes it an exciting time for buyers,
Yes.
because they've got choice, and for vendors, because vendors become buyers as well. Phil, let's face it.
Absolutely.
A lot of those vendors have to buy something. They want to buy when there's more volume around. Let's talk
12
about our
weeks,
options.
Gary. I'm just going to make the statement. 12 weeks, viewers. 12 weeks left for the year in terms of the real estate year. So if you are thinking about coming to the marketplace, you really do need to make an urgent decision, because if you ring us in 6 weeks, you'll be auctioning into December. Not that there's anything wrong with December, but you don't sit around in September going, I think I might have a December auction.
Call us now if you want to sell. Can we get something flashing on the screen like the
Call now.
Demtel sort of
Yeah.
ad?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be up to watch those, but I would.
Oh, no, I remember the Demtel.
remember
Steak
those?
knives, Gary. You
Steak
can't
knives.
have enough steak knives
Call
in your
now.
life.
Call if you want to sell. Call now, because now's the time. Phil, we've got many auctions, 27 of them coming up. We
Let's
can't wait till the weekend.
jump into it.
Let's jump in. We can't wait till the weekend. Phil, we're going as quickly as tomorrow with one of my most loved properties that I've actually had the pleasure of being involved in getting to the market, Phil, and representing our vendors, and that is the property at Orange Grove, this block of 8 apartments, Phil. These are magnificent apartments in the hottest position there, just off Carlisle Street. Tell us a little bit about, all on separate titles.
Gary, we've
1
got
to 8 at 33.
one-bedroom apartments, and they're
Orange.
very generous apartments. A good-sized living room, separate kitchen, and a really good-sized bathroom. But Orange Grove has got to be one of the most standout locations, and certainly whether you're an investor or just somebody wanting to convert the building subject to council approval, that's about as good real estate as it gets.
Well, they are on separate titles. You don't need to
Yep.
convert but you
No,
might
I'm
want to
talking
hold
about
them and-
converting to, turning 2 or 3 or 4 of them
Yeah,
into
you might
one
change.
home.
You might
Yep.
change it over some way, Phil, because the price that we'll go for, you might be right, in that sort of mid to high twos.
Gary, I'm not often wrong.
You are sometimes, though. Let's move on to 3A Louise Street, Brighton East, Philip. That one goes up on Thursday. If it may not.
Gary,
but let's
famous
talk
song,
about-
Louise, oh Louise,
I love you,
Louise,
I
I
love
love
you.
you,
Who
I
sang
love you.
it?
I don't know.
Jonah Louie, Phil.
You would know that.
I do.
But the reality is they made a song. I reckon you could write a song about this property.
Yep.
Because this real estate makes the heart sing, Gary. 4 bedrooms, 3 exquisite bathrooms, lock-up garage, everything that opens and shuts there and more. A stunning property.
Let's roll into Saturday morning, Philip. There's 4 auctions at 10:30, and you and I will be meeting up and joining forces in one of Armidale's best streets, and that's Armidale Street.
Another song, Gary. Saturday morning, you sure look fine. And this is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. But that's not really the story about this property. It sits on 572 square metres of land. You're walking distance to Malvern Central, the tram in Wattletree Road, the tram in Dandenong Road, the tram in High Street, the train at the Armidale train station. You've got Coin Laundry at the end of the street. That is in the epicentre of Armidale, and Armidale really is a bulletproof suburb.
Phil, my first auction was in St Hubert's Road, Carnegie. I'm not doing this one, Leo Samuel is, but tell us a little about it.
Gary, we love St Hubert's. It's a street that's has our heart because we started our business with an auction in St Hubert's.
Yep.
That was your first auction of your entire career, Gary. This is a fabulous property, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That is a great property with the courtyard garden.
Elliott Avenue, Carnegie, also happening at 10:30 a.m, Phil.
A wonderful 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment with a gorgeous balcony, Gary. Beautifully renovated throughout. That's a stunning home.
Simon Rodolnik is the auctioneer of that one. Jeremy Rosen's auctions, Alexander Street, St Kilda East.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, Gary. A good building, and Alexandra Street is an incredible location.
There's also 4, count them, Phil, 4 auctions at 11:30. We're moving on to Luppina Road in Ormond. Leo Samuel in his hood.
Gary, this is a great property. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Check out the aspect over the garden. That is a beautiful apartment, beautiful timber floors, beautiful renovated kitchen.
We are in 14 suburbs on Saturday. I don't know that many real estate agents that would be 14 suburbs.
That's a lot, Gary.
Of our size. We've really got sort of 4 main or 5 main selling offices. That's a lot of suburbs for one day, Phil. I'm going to join you in Parker Street in Brighton East. Tell us about this home.
Well, Gary, first of all, it's 715 square metres of land, which is incredible. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking. You've got a double garage, but you could park more cars on that property. But essentially, you've got either the blueprint for a fabulous family home in terms of living there and maybe adding to it subject to council approval, or live in it exactly as it is, or explore the land opportunity.
Pascoe Avenue in Bentley, Simon Rodolnik, award-winning auctioneer Simon Rodolnik auctions that for Leon Guzenfitter.
Gary, fabulous home. There's 5 incredible bedrooms, 586 square metres of land. That is a really good home. And of course, Bentley is just one of the standout suburbs in Melbourne.
Triple auction action at 12:30. Philip, we're going to be in Grange Road, Ormond. Again, Simon Rodolnik auctions this one.
Check out that beauty. And Ormond Terraces, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. You've got an incredible basement there of a study or a gymnasium. Basement car parking. Everything about that property is fabulous.
Phil, we've got a snap purchase of a very affordable property. You're going to be the auctioneer in Brighton Road in Ripponlea, and this is just going to be probably in the 3s, Philip.
Gary, that's an incredible property because it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment, but lovely location there because you've got the beach, you've got Glen Huntly Road, Elstonwick, you've got everything on your doorstep there, but it's actually a much larger 1 bedroom than is normal.
I don't think Leo Samuel's ever had a busier day of auctions. I think he's doing 7 on Saturday, Philip. That's a big day.
Well, that'll sort him out, Gary. You better
will.
have a big bowl of pasta the night before, get his carbs up.
I think so. It's going to be at 12:30 in the middle of the day there in Etna Street, England Huntley. That's 110 at 16 Etna.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a car space. Check out the internals of that property. It is stunning.
We've got a big day also on Saturday. Lots of auctions, Philip. You're off on Sunday, but on Saturday you've got a busy day. You're going to be in Linda Street, which is a property I know near and dear to your heart at 1:30 p.m.
Well, Gary, Linda Street on the corner of Scott Street, which is the extension of Narrawong, that is an amazing property because, you know, it's a really good sized parcel of land. You've got 700 odd square metres, 702 square metres of land. It is a corner. You've got a very livable home and it's a gorgeous house. So we've had interest from people that want to build a new home. We've got townhouse builders looking at that site, but we've also got a lot of people that just love the house, and I love the house.
And Phil, I love Windsor, and we do a lot of work there, and good work as well. We've got an apartment going there, one at 221 Dandenong Road, Jeremy Rosen's options.
Gary, it's a big apartment and a fabulous apartment. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, basement car parking for 2 cars, and a storeroom. That is great real estate, and of course you can walk to just about everywhere you want to be from there.
This is a great looking building in Bentley East, Philip, in Omeo Court, Leo Samuel Auctions.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a really generous size apartment and a great opportunity.
Triple auction action at 230, Philip. There's another great buy or great opportunity in Kooyong Road. I love this apartment. It's a one better you're auctioning it. Tell us about it.
It's a one better, Gary, but with the perfect floor plan of entrance hall and really generous spaces. That's a good property, whether it be an investment or moving in. Great property.
Phil, we're going to be in Dandenong Road, East St Kilda. Daniel Micmacker and Jeremy Rosen's auctioning this 2-bedroom apartment.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Check it out inside. It is stunning. The timber floors, everything about that property, the renovated kitchen, the beautiful bathroom, a really good size home.
Jack Slater's a bit of a gun, Phil, and he's going to be in Gun Street, Murrumbina, with Leo Samuel auctioning this apartment.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. That is just fabulous, and a big land opportunity there as well, Gary. And don't we love Murrumbina?
We love Murrumbina, but we also love Caulfield Eastville, which is such a good area. It's a small suburb, a small area, but gee, there's some great homes, including some in Derby Crescent.
Well, Gary, this is number 26. This is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking. It is pretty as a picture to look at from the outside. Stunning inside, and that whole area, since they've done the railway overpasses, underpasses, fixed it all up, it's just a much better area, but it was always good.
Always good, and just got better. Philip, Glen Bricker is going to be a Celeste Court. That's a fantastic spot just near our office in Caulfield. Jeremy Rosen's auctions.
Gary, good size 1-bedroom apartment, entrance hall, a separate kitchen, separate bathroom, really flows well. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
Our gun agent Rishi, who is in our Carnegie office, is meeting up with Leo Samuel to bring down the curtain on a busy Saturday, Philip, 2 at 20 Fock Street.
Lots of land there, and Fock is a great location, Gary. Don't worry about that. Well, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, car parking for up to 3 cars, maybe even more if they're the little smart cars. But that's a great property, and of course, that location, walking distance to the train station in North Road.
Phil, on Sunday, I thought you had the day off, but you don't. You do have an auction on Sunday morning, but not until 11:30. At 10:30, Phil, we've got double auction action, 7 at 3 Wilk Street. Love this property, Philip.
Gary, that development is incredible, together with its communal swimming pool. But this is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a car space in the basement, actually a garage in the secure basement. That is a stunning development.
I'm going to be also in Caulfield North, Philip. This time I'm going to be meeting up with Leon in Cambrook Road.
Gary, that is a beautiful home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, lock-up garage, a second car space. And don't we love that part of Cambrook Road, particularly now that the Caulfield Shopping Centre is open and trading. The Coles supermarket, we've talked about it before, but that's a tremendous location.
At 11:30, we're going to be in Khartoum Street, or at least I'm going to be meeting Leon and auctioning this terrific apartment.
Love that building, Gary, because they're really well-designed apartments. That is a fabulous 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment, but it's light and it's bright and it's just fabulous.
As is this apartment, which brings down the curtain on a quietish Sunday for us, Philip. At 12:33 at 24 Narrong Road, hits the market.
Gary, not easy to get a 3-bedroom apartment. This is 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Check out the beautiful polished timber floorboards. Check out the lovely kitchen. It's light, it's bright, and of course Narrong Road's an incredible location.
Phil, we've got a few properties to talk about that aren't going to be auctioned this weekend, but worthy of sort of highlighting. One of those is in Hopeton Street, Elstwick, which is one of our favourite Elstwick streets.
Gary, we love this. This has got a 3-street frontage, so you've got lots of opportunity. Either just move straight into the house, you could do another renovation to the house if you wanted to. You'd also explore the development potentials of the property, all subject to council approval. We know the fact checkers watch to make sure we say STCA, but that is a wonderful property, and we love Elstwick and we love that location.
We sure do. And just at the end of Kooyong Road, Phil, we've just got Elstwick. It becomes Gardenvale just before it hits North Road. We've got this great looking home that's fresh to the market, Philip, 515 Kooyong Road at Gardenvale. 507
square metres, a really good property, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. That is a good property.
And arguably the best street, or certainly amongst the best 3 or 4 streets in Elstwick, is Downshire Road, 41 Downshire Road, a picture postcard, perfect facade as you would call it, Phil, coming to the market.
With a great floor plan, Gary. Move straight into that one. Just get on with your magnificent life. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Lots to love there, Gary. I'm exhausted just thinking about this weekend.
And be part of the Elswick hum with that one, Phil. It's a big weekend coming up, 27 auctions coming up through the week, Philip. Lots to talk about and lots happening and lots to bring back to all of the viewers of GPTV when we review all of the results next weekend. It'll be interesting to see what happens this weekend because there is quite a bit going on. That's a big wrap on GPTV. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous week and thanks for watching.